Community
Fuck yeah.
college.
Smoking, cracking, cooking, meth.
All right, Aaron's coming back.
So bad. I freaking the message popped up to say like
Fucking
leave
bomb,
the meeting,
dude. And you're like, no.
and I was just like, "Yep, leave meeting." I'm like, and I don't know if you did. You catch the audio? I was like, "Oh no."
No, but I heard recording in progress, and then all of a sudden you left for just like, God damn it.
So
Aaron's just trolling us.
I turned on my heat today, which was not.
Turn it on today.
Yeah, it did not feel good.
That
It
shit's
was
been
like,
on for like 2 weeks.
Yeah, we were finally starting to get down to freezing temps down here, and so it was.
A couple nights ago, Molly and I didn't turn it on, and I had a winter hat in the bed with like my blankets and shit on, and she
Dude,
like
your place probably gets fucking
took a
cold.
picture.
Oh.
Dude, it's freezing here, dude. And we were trying to wait so long to not turn the heat on, but we have it at like 64 and like all. I think our heater's fucked, but I like have to turn it on, then it'll, or turn it off, then on, and it'll kick on for like 5 minutes. But it's really not that bad. But she took a picture of me in my winter hat, and just like,
My God.
shout out to my dad. He's so
Where-
cheap, seeing how far
Hold
he
on.
could go without turning it on.
Your mom.
What's going on with your
probably an
heater?
Icicle.
I don't know.
Shout
So
out to YouTube.
usually furnaces or your heater, like if it's set at 63, but it's like 58 in the house, wouldn't it
Mhm.
shouldn't it be on until it gets to
Yeah.
that temperature or no?
Probably needed. a
Yeah, it
thermostat.
doesn't. It
Either
doesn't.
that
Yeah,
or-
because it hits that temperature, that's when it should cut off.
Yeah,
That
it
and
never
there's-
does.
Yeah.
Except when it's like when we get it up like into like 68, 69, then it'll like kind of be in that range. But like right now it's
then you're
at,
getting to that sweet number, man.
that's
You're
at
getting that sweet number.
63, but it says it's like 58.
But
in
it
there.
also probably depends on like where it's reading the temperature at. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And is it zoned? Do you have one thermostat or two?
just one.
It's probably
Because there's an actual.
Sorry. Damn it.
I think it's the thermostat that actually takes the temperature reading. But there's internal in some HVAC units. There's internal thermostats.
Yeah. It's a pretty old rig, like the house in
seen it.
general, but the heater
man,
is.
you just get a fucking space heater, bro.
Yeah, it doesn't get too bad. I mean, it was just that one night because it was like almost in the
buddy
20.
heater.
It was almost in the 20s.
20s.
Yeah.
We got frost like twice.
Yeah,
No, it's
no,
cold
we got
here, buddy.
Gosh.
We
Fall's
got-
co-
fall's coming to an like we went to the Porkies last weekend with my family,
so
and
it's
the
like peak
colors
up there
were
right
like
now.
it was beautiful. Like you could tell that some portions weren't there yet. And I've
it's-
seen pictures from people going like this weekend, and it's changing so quickly. Like it's
Yeah.
unbelievable how fast.
I think
changed.
if this fall is any indicator of how this winter is going to be, we are in for some cold weather. I don't know about snowfall, but just I mean we're trending lower than think than like the past 5 years. Don't quote me on it, but
Yeah,
It's gonna be a brisk 59 here tonight.
Cocksucker.
Must be nice.
I'm gonna check. I think like just the last couple days, it's been really cold, but I'm pretty sure that it's starting to like the next few days it's gonna warm up, but I could be totally wrong. And of course, my recents on Weather Channel is Florida, fucking 78. Fuck that. What is it right now there, Dylan?
75, 73.
Oh, I fucking hate
Outside?
you guys.
Jeez, that's crazy.
That's the
It's,
current temperature.
right now, it feels
Dude,
like it's 30.
Dude, we fucking earned this. Fuck you, dude. It was miserable. This
Yeah.
summer.
I bet it's nice as hell right now, though.
It is. We have our window open. It's nice. The peepers are going off. The fucking neighbors are only a little drunk tonight.
It's gonna get cold. Yep. It's coming. Yep. Next week, snow showers in the morning. Yep. Fuck.
Really?
Fuck.
Well, so you guys broke the seal for Michigan this year.
We
over
did.
Marquette.
We did. Yep. And I guess welcome back to another episode of Failure at its Finest. We're just getting right into it. It's unfortunate that we have to start this way, but nice.
Get your hey, yo. Listen what I say, yo.
Keep it rolling.
Dude, did you see that one Snapchat that I did? The fucking I can feel it coming. That fucking one of the toilet I had, that one guy that had the I saw a TikTok and I want to remake it. So that's talking shit with Fithered's Finest Hour.
Yeah, this is
Shout
I
out
gotta
to
get a condenser on this mic.
Shout
It
out
picks up my
to
farts,
absolute
dude.
disaster.
I can't help it. I gotta cushion the chair.
So
Oh my gosh.
we officially broke, yes, the Michigan train of snowfall in the 2022 winter season. There's no snow on the ground right now. Don't worry, it melted very quickly. I don't even think it stuck. But on Saturday we got pounded at around 5 a.m., 6 a.m. in Marquette, and it was enough where the Weather Channel, actually, like the National Weather Channel, had a story about it. Because Nick, my brother who lives in Nashville, of course, you've heard Nick before on the podcast, he snapped our family, and it was on, like, again, the main national broadcast, and it said Marquette, Michigan, and it was like a street light, and it was just fucking like a blizzard. And he was like, oh my God. He's like, are you shitting me? He's like, Tony, you seeing this? Did you see that? And I was at work, but I saw it at work, and like I saw some snow on the cars, and I had gotten out. But
Oh my gosh.
holy fuck, I was so pissed. I was like, please God, no. I was like, no.
Not yet, not yet.
But then I checked the
It'd be a
weather,
good
and
winter.
it was the
It'd be-
weather's cooperating in the next couple of weeks. But as you just heard,
Well,
probably snow in one of the mornings, because you got like the first stages, like a couple days you get the snowfall, but it doesn't stick.
Yeah.
And then you get a couple
Mhm.
more 50, 60 degree days, and a couple more mornings, you get a few more snow, and then you're like, yeah, it won't stick. But then like the first week, it's like, son of a bitch, when it does stick, you're like, here we go.
Yep.
Here we
It's here to
fucking grow.
stay.
mhm.
I saw it when you
Yeah.
texted me. I was on the toilet at work, and I
Yeah.
pulled out my phone, and I went on Twitter quick, and sure enough, there was a picture of the National Weather Service station in Marquette, and it was just like a wall of white. Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. It snowed in Newberry on Friday. I was at McDonald's getting the fucking BOGO McDoubles right
oh
now.
my god,
Dude, it hasn't rained here.
So-
It hasn't rained down here in like 2 weeks. I'm not even joking.
Holy shit.
Really?
Almost, yeah.
Yeah,
down here.
It was
Longer.
it was funny. There was a bunch of migrant construction workers at the McDonald's, and they'd never seen snow before. So they're all at the window, like taking pictures of the snowflakes.
Yeah,
Burning
And
your
it's
fucking.
no,
you have no idea yet what you're
Yeah.
in for if you haven't seen it.
it's like, oh, stay for another month, see what it's like.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw the tweets. It's like, oh, you've never been from the Midwest if you haven't had to wear a long sleeve shirt or a jacket over your Halloween costume. It's like,
Yeah.
yeah.
I think
But-
you guys are probably in for a foot of snow by the
There's
time
been-
Halloween rolls around.
Yeah.
Bro,
It's the 9th now, and we're
it's fun. It's funny you mentioned that though. I remember I used to be a Grim Reaper a lot for Halloween when I was a kid. And one year it was like cold as fuck, Tone. I remember you and I went trick-or-treating,
Yeah, I was gonna say we had to have
And-
gone so many times.
and my mom made me wear my winter jacket and my snow pants under my Halloween costume. So I looked like a
Michelin
black
Man.
Michelin man. Just like Grim Reaper, but just fucking stuffed to the
Dude.
gills.
I have a story. Maybe I should have waited until Halloween, but now that I remembered the story, I need to tell it now. I will never fucking forget when. Do you remember when we got the banana suits, like our freshman
Yeah.
year? I think. Well, me, Kyle, and I don't know who was with us. I'm not gonna say the guy's name, but you guys. Maybe I'll just bleep it out. So I'm gonna timestamp this. Okay, so.
oh,
And it was me, Kyle. I can't remember who it was. No, it wasn't him. And it wasn't him. Never mind. It wasn't him. I'm still gonna bleep it out, but it wasn't him. It was on Alisas. And we go to this door, and there's like three of us, and we're in our yellow banana suits, right? But it's banana's got the top part, the stem
Mhm.
or whatever.
brown spot. yeah.
Well, we go up to his door. I shit you not. He's probably in his 70s. He opens the door. He's got the candy. We have hockey masks over our face, so like you can't tell we're
Hockey
15 years old.
bananas. Nice.
and he goes, "Oh, the KKK."
Oh, shut up.
I swear to fucking God, dude. I swear to God. And I hope
He
Kyle
wasn't
or-
joking. He was
he
like
was not joking.
straight up.
He was not,
Oh
and
my
he
gosh.
thought we were like kids, And I hope Kyle remembers that
That's
story,
funny.
or whoever was with me remembers.
Wouldn't-
But
I wonder if
we
that
were
guy was
just-
colorblind. He didn't.
we were just like, had our fucking pillowcases because we had the pillowcase for our candies.
Did you?
I swear to God. I swear to God.
Did you guys
Oh,
like?
the
Did you guys?
KKK.
Did you guys burst out laughing or? were
No,
y'all
we just like looked at each
silent?
other like in our masks. You could see out of the hockey sock.
Yeah.
And we just got the candy and we were just like, go, like next house, like just go, keep going.
Oh, you guys are part of the Chiquita Brotherhood.
Oh my
Nice.
gosh, dude.
Me too, man. Fuck
So
yeah.
bad. It was
He
so
opens his
bad.
door and there's like Nazi memorabilia all over the walls.
Wait, were you there last night?
Probably, dude.
I was there. You weren't.
Oh my
Come on
god.
in.
Somebody in the UP for sure has Nazi memorabilia.
Oh yeah.
For sure. There's gotta be.
It
I
was,
mean, just because like you think about it though, like people like just collect shit from World War II though.
Yeah, that's true.
Like
But,
my great grandpa
Yeah.
had a old rifle from World War II and it had like the Nazi symbol on it. Doesn't
Hey,
mean
yeah, look at this. I have a rifle from World War II.
yeah, I'm saying like his
shout
had,
out
like,
to
a
the YouTube.
side of it.
shout out to YouTube. But the counter at 2 now.
Yeah.
So, anyways, going back to snow, the unfortunate. I just wanted to bring this up because I remembered about it, and it's not like this day in 70 years. It was a long time. It was in January, but it was in 1938. I thought of from the first snowfall of the year. I was just like, you know what, fuck it, let's talk about the fucking epic blizzard in the UP of 1938. And I don't know, Aaron and Dylan and Chris, if you guys will probably remember this picture I'm about to show.
I think I know what you're talking about.
But let's just start off with sharing this.
I know what you're about to show.
Oh.
Holy fuck.
So what you were looking at is a power line that someone could stand on top of a snowbank and touch the wires
That is such an incredible
on
Like the
hazard.
top.
the
That is
power
so-
line.
That is so dangerous. It's not even funny. Like the guy that's taking that picture, his head's probably touching that wire.
Well, those fucking lines are probably shut off.
Yeah, they're
man.
probably shut off. I'm sure they
Oh.
didn't.
Fuck
So-
that.
Imagine
That
digging
must be like.
those out.
Where, do you know where that's at? Like
This isn't Nagano. Jesus Christ.
Well,
NFL
listeners,
Sunday, man. We had some.
All right, dude. That's it. I'm done.
We
That's
had
my last
Chinese.
one. I'm
We had
sorry.
homemade Chinese tonight. Oh God. So shout out to the.
Oh, you
YouTube.
ate that Chinesium?
Shout out to the YouTube again for that picture. But yeah, the doozy of 1938, as this guy calls it, that was from Nagani, I do believe. The picture was featured by NASA.
Oh, gosh.
But it was again the blizzard of 1938. Snow drifts piled up so mightily that they almost covered utility poles. It says this happened in January, again 1938, January 20th
Oh yeah, deep in winter.
and the 27th. Okay, that's how long this storm lasted.
Wait, hold on. What were the dates?
7
January
days.
Between January 20th and the 27th.
Of
7
fucking
days
week.
of nonsense.
It said
Dude.
massive amounts of snow fell across the Upper Peninsula, especially on the 24th and 25th. During 30 hours between those 2 days, snowfall didn't stop for even a minute.
And well, what was it? Full accumulation?
Dude,
It
Did they
says
get like a count, like an
that's
actual
crazy.
count?
It
Because
says
that's
in
a
the-
drift. That's for
in the-
sure drift.
in the western and central regions where elevation is at its highest, it is estimated that accumulations were between 30 and 40 inches, or 2.5 to 3.75 feet.
That's
So
crazy.
2 to
Jesus.
3 feet in 30 hours. Marquette County reported around 18 inches of snow and blizzard conditions. Honestly, that's not too much. That's really just like kind of a standard snowstorm. Far south of Escanaba, estimated at 10 inches of snow. But of course, like Aaron said, what you're seeing was drifts because there was 50-mile-an-hour winds during it.
Christ, dude.
And that is what
What the
caused.
hell?
This says it made things really downright crazy. It says some snow drifts were reported at 30 feet high. And again, the photo that was posted by NASA, the one that you just saw, reached the top of utility poles. But it says, listen to this, drifts reached about 18 feet in Ironwood. News reported that students got stranded at school and spent 4 days and 4 nights sleeping on gym mats because there was no way
Oh my
for
gosh.
anyone to get home.
They're lucky to heat.
I bet that was
Oh,
lit
no.
as fuck, dude.
Dude, I was probably so sick.
Just
but, I mean,
dodgeball at 4 a.m.
Yep.
Just greasing each other with
But-
dodgeballs.
but honestly, think about it
Eating
though.
cafeteria food for
But if
4
you're-
days.
But if you're at school, do you think they had school like during school
Oh,
hours?
sure.
And then That wouldn't be fun, you know. I would.
Just knowing the system and the hard ass teachers that were probably around in 38.
Could you imagine having a?
Well, we might as
sick,
well continue to learn here. Once
being
you're done
sick
with
on,
dinner, come back to the classroom.
Who wants to get molested?
Oh my god!
I believe that shit, man. Remember, I mean, even we were around when the snow drifts got real big on Lakeshore before.
Mhm.
Oh yeah, dude.
Yeah,
Have we talked about that yet?
I actually
That shit was like at least 20 feet.
Tony,
20
if I text you these pictures, do you think you can pull them up?
I
on
could
your
get them up.
computer?
Yeah, I could get it up.
What was that? The
Just send 'em over.
snowstorm of 2013, 2012?
Oh,
When those drifts were going across Lakeshore and we went around in little Corby boy's Jeep.
yeah,
I have-
that was. Fuck. When was that?
I can't remember the year, but I have some videos as well of one that was pretty fucking nasty. Lakeshore was like a 2-track. It was.
I got pictures coming in right now.
It was unbelievable.
Yeah, there was so much. I just remember there was so much snow on the road that they couldn't even plow them anymore. They had to get that giant snow blower.
Yeah, and they just
Oh,
did
yeah.
one lane down Lakeshore.
Yeah. What is that called? It's not an end loader. It's a the long dog with the plow, and they have different attachments for it. What's that called? It's not
The grader.
Grader. Yeah.
Wow.
Remember that hog rolling through the neighborhood as a kid?
Yeah, dude.
That'll wake you up, dude. I don't know how
Fucking
they
everyone's roads up.
Yeah, I don't know how they haven't resurfaced their roads 1,000 times by now.
But this
Dude, in
article,
Manistee, dude just rips a bulldozer. Just
That thing could pull up NFL turf in one fell swoop, be done in 30 seconds.
this article then says that drifts reached. Talking about the storm at 38 again. Drifts reached about 18 feet in Ironwood, and 17 feet in Marquette and Negaunee. Of course, the roads and railroads were shut down. There was even a fire because of it. A building, I think the Opera House, and the Masonic Temple in Marquette. Of course, there was a state of emergency for the UP, calling it the worst blizzard since the 1890s. I haven't dove into that one at all, but there was 2 deaths. There was a plow driver that got snowed in, and he left his fucking truck on and got carbon monoxide. And then there was a lumberjack who, that's funny, lumberjack, but he froze. I mean, it's not funny because he froze inside of his truck, but shout out to that guy, I guess.
So he
that's
tried
not
getting out
funny,
to work.
Tony.
No, hold on.
There's a lumberjack.
So that lumberjack froze to death in his truck. He was trying to get out to the woods to log.
Probably, yeah. And
Probably.
he's just,
Man.
yep, didn't make it. But
The
only
fervor.
2 deaths, honestly. That's pretty crazy to think about. There's only 2 deaths. You imagine that
Get
amount of snowfall or the drifts,
Tony,
I guess.
you ever have those mornings you're driving to work in the UP and it's like fucking you can't even drive on the road. Like you can't see shit. And you're like, why the fuck am I even going to work right now?
yes. Dude, so I wish I would have saved the video and the pictures, but when I worked at the sawmill in Baraga, it was probably the worst experience of my life. It was like
Lucky you
3
survived that
it
job
was
at
like
all.
it was like 3 a.m. I had to get, no, it wasn't that early. It was probably like 4 a.m. But I had to leave super early because it was snowing and the job started at 6. I had an hour drive. So I'm driving on 38, which is the fucking worst stretch of snow. And I'm driving like 10 miles per hour, like pretty much just idling down the highway. And it's so bad and so deep. I was in Houghton County on the stretch of 38. Shout out to those dumb fucks. Every other road in county was plowed except that Houghton stretch on 38. There's like a 12-mile stretch it's Houghton County, and they didn't fucking show up. So I'm driving my mom's Equinox, and the snow is so deep on the fucking highway that it's hitting the bottom of the car and scooping up through onto the windshield. So it was like somebody was just constant dumping like buckets of snow on. So I couldn't see anything. So that's why I was going so slow. So I'm driving.
Wipers.
I'm just like, oh my God. I'm going literally 10 miles an hour. My foot's not even on the fucking accelerator. And all of a sudden I'm going. I think I'm driving. I'm not driving. I look down and it's at 0 miles per hour. And I'm like, I'm not moving. I literally didn't feel it because I was going so slow. So I get out. I'm in the middle of the fucking highway Okay. The car is just stopped. I thought it was in the ditch. So I get out and I'm like, oh my God. Like, Chris, I had that moment. I was like, what the fuck am I doing? And the boss was a jackass. He was such a dick. And I was like, I can't come in. And he's like, you got to come in. I'm like, dude, I'm going to fucking die. And unfortunately, an employee died. I told the story before. The guy that got in the car accident in the snowstorm. This is, he died after this. Obviously, if he would have died before, like weeks or months before, I would have been like, I'm not fucking coming to work, so I'm going to die like the other guy. But so I was just like, holy shit. So I keep going. I get back in my car and I took a video. The snow was over my knees and I have long fucking legs. So that's about 2 feet, 2.5 feet from my knees to the fucking ground. And it was just up to my knees in the middle of the highway. So I'm like, I gotta go. I'm going to do it. So I keep going. It happens again, but this time I did hit the ditch. But again, it wasn't like a fucking, didn't smash my face, didn't even feel it. I get out, I'm stuck. So I was like, what the fuck do I do? So I call my dad, dude. He was so pissed. Holy fuck. I don't know what to do. I'm in the
morning, 3
in between Greenland and Baraga. I'm like, what the fuck? Yeah, 4 a.m. What do I do? My dad has a truck. I'm in their vehicle. So I call my dad and he's like, what? I was like, dude, I'm stuck. And he knew it was a bad storm because it was snowing in Ontonagon really hard too. And my mom and dad were telling me, because I lived with my parents at the time, they were like, don't fucking go to work in the morning. And I was like, I'm gonna go. You put the boots on and fucking go to work, So he was so pissed. He's like, God damn it. Okay, I'm coming. So he gets there in like an hour from Ontonagon to fucking 38. It took him like an hour. And he's like, what the fuck are you doing driving in this? And so he pulls me out.
Thank God you're alive.
He pulls me out and he's like, you're not, like, come back with me. You're not going to work. And I was like almost in tears, like, because this boss was such a dick. I was like, dude, dad, I have to go. My dad was like, you're not going. Like, you're not risking your life for this shitty job. Like, fuck that guy. And I was like, I'm going. So I fucking get to work. I'm late, obviously. And the boss, like, no sympathy at all. I show him the video of the highways up to my knees. And he's just like, he's like, you're late, get going. And I'm just like, fuck you, dude. So I went and
just ruthless.
and like I get there and like 4 dudes like didn't show up. So I was just like, I should.
Oh yeah, and you get yelled at for actually making it in.
I was like, I shouldn't have came. But it was, Chris, I had that moment. I was like, dude, what am I doing? But
who the fuck is this guy?
Hey, he got fired. I wrote a letter to the corporate.
Good.
Not for that, but everything that he did wrong for that company. And then like 2 weeks after I sent the letter, he was, see you later.
I saw a job opening. There's somebody on our local Ontonagon Facebook page. They post all of like the job openings. There's like an Excel spreadsheet and it said like, like machine operator, Waters Meat Sawmill or Bessemer or whatever it was. And I was like, oh, that's the one. But
yeah, do not work there.
Yeah. I'm so glad I'm not going to be pulling fucking propane, pulling hose through fucking.
What are you
snow
doing,
all
man?
winter.
What's your job?
What do you
got lined up? What's your next
I'm-
means of employment? How are you getting your fucking paychecks from now on after this?
Well, okay, so I was gonna go do like.
I was gonna
this
say, if you don't
plumbing
want to talk
thing.
about it on the podcast, you don't have to.
No, it's cool. It's
Hey, no
cool.
pressure,
I don't care.
But
I don't care. I was gonna do like this plumbing thing where like I apprenticed this guy or like a couple people for plumbing and electrician and learn that, but you had to buy your own tools. So I was like, meh. So then my father-in-law hooked me up with this other job. And basically it's through this company called Michigan Broadband Systems. And it's just, telephone company stuff like I did before. Which is like,
what does that mean?
it's like you know what fiber optic is?
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
will you be like putting in like Wi-Fi and shit? People's
Yeah,
houses?
so like
Or
basically
internet or whatever. Fuck.
yeah, so like
phone.
fiber optic is like getting installed throughout the UP. Like there's a big push for it up here, and then they're doing it in Berglund too. They're laying a bunch of fiber for the West End, and a bunch of these offices are opening up all over the UP. And they're looking for guys to fucking lay fiber for them.
I was just thinking there's probably people that like, don't live in the 1940s and they're like, wow, fiber optics just getting up to the UP, huh? That's nice.
Well, it is crazy because it was supposed to happen like years ago.
Yeah.
but it didn't.
So I have the
So, yeah.
pictures of the great storm of
2000, whenever the hell.
Oh
So
yeah,
this-
Holy
2019. That's my mom.
remember
who's,
that.
what, 5'5".
we're gonna dox Aaron's mom.
Yeah.
Is that Emom?
Yeah, so she's like 5'5", and so
Is that Lake
birthed us.
Superior?
Yep.
I would say it's
That's
probably
Lakeshore
about
Drive?
12
it's Lake
feet.
Shore Drive.
It's about 12 feet.
Looks like a freaking snowmobile trail.
So if that was in,
Seriously, there's like no fucking, you can't see anything. It's just snow. It's hilarious.
so if that was in 2019, there was one that was worse when what Chris was talking about. I think it was like 2012 or 13.
Well, this one was 2019.
Yeah, that one's bad too.
That's the one. So
Or the plow carved through that.
shout out to the fucking YouTube. We're gonna dissect this fucker, okay? If you're not from Ontonagon, this is Lakeshore. This is one of the main roads in Ontonagon. This goes out to the campground. The beach is on the left side here, Lake Superior. And my parents, if you know where my parents live, they're on the right side here, just by those trees.
Pine tree, yeah.
But if you see this sign right here, where my clicker is hovering
That's the edge of the road.
This is the edge of the road. And there's a mailbox. You see that little ticker thing right there? That's on somebody's mailbox. So the plow guy knows not to smash it. But in this case, they're not going to have to worry about it for a few days because it's going to take some time to carve this shit out. So on the left side, here we go. So you saw the edge was right along here. I'm not going to really give a good tell on where the edge of this road is or on this side. But if you see the street light, there is a sidewalk that is directly under it, probably right here where my clicker is. So there's probably a good 5 feet to 7 feet to the edge of the road on this left side. But this is a 2-lane road, which you can see was 1 lane. And I didn't get a shot straight down the pipe, but they gave up about probably a quarter of a mile down the road. It was just snow. Like they tried going and carving out all this through down Lakeshore, but they stopped. Because I don't know if I guess this was 2019. I have a story from this snowstorm. My mom and I took that picture the morning after. Brady and Cody stayed at my house because they were over for something. And of course, this happened. And so they stayed the night.
Super Bowl,
and
maybe.
We actually went to the Christ gas station. I think everywhere else was closed except Christ. So we went to Christ, and while this was happening, like the night before this picture was taken, and there was a fucking guy that for some reason it was so funny. The entrance to Christ was just snowed in. Like you could not take that entrance. So there was another entrance that you could take. So we go through that one. We go inside Christ, get what we needed. We come out to get back to the car. There's a guy who was in like a fucking 2000 Buick. He just tries ramming the main entrance. There's like this huge snowbank, and he just plows right into it and just stops immediately, and he's stuck. So he gets out and he's like, "What the fuck is this shit?" Goes inside the store. So we were like kind of worried, like he was gonna because he would look like a violent person. So we kind of stuck around and we went back into the store, and he comes in and he's like, "You gotta get that shit plowed." He's just screaming. And we didn't say anything to him. We just we left then after he was getting pissed. We were thinking, why the fuck would you fucking try to plow through like this 5-foot snowbank? It's like he didn't even see it because it wasn't snowing that hard when we went out. So it's like he definitely could have seen the snowbank, but it was so funny just to see a car. We were just like, no, because we saw it coming, and he just smashed it, and just his car just got stuck right away. And he gets out. And he's like, "What the fuck is this shit?" Like what happened was like what the hell? Like a surprise. It's like, no, dude, that was there. You just I don't know what was going on. But let me.
He's mad, but he doesn't know who to take it out on. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, if you can get the third picture of that truck, that would be a good one to show too. Maybe I didn't send it.
And then he proceeded to buy 2 liters of Mountain Dew, a case of Budweiser, and 4 packs of Marlboros.
Essentials.
No, I'm just kidding. But here, let me get this third picture up. This is the same storm, kind of the same shot as not that one, but this one. Here we go. This is that same stretch of road that I was just showing, but to give you some insight on how tight that was,
And how tall as well.
Right. As you can imagine, there was no road here. So if you could just think this drift literally swung over and it was just mounds and mounds of snow. That's wild, honestly. Looking at that, I was literally there for that storm and I just forget how fucking crazy it was. I mean,
That wasn't the one that was that the one that we went out and pushed that lady out?
No, that was a couple years before. I'm pretty sure that was like 2013.
Yeah, that's probably the one you're thinking of, Dylan.
Or 2000 might have been 2013 or 2014. It was one of those years. But we were at the Sumises when it happened.
Yeah, that was. And I don't remember if we told that story on the podcast. So I
don't think so.
Really quickly, we were hanging around Tony's house, just like bundled up. Drove over to his house. I remember it was like it was cold too. It was like they said it was like 40 below with the wind chill or something stupid. And we were like watching a movie and we saw these red lights, like the snowbank looking out Tony's like back window was like you couldn't see the road. You could like kind of see tops of cars driving by. The snow was so high, and we see these red lights. We're like, what in the world is going on? So we stepped out on the back porch for a second. We could hear engines revving, and so we're like, okay, there's somebody out there. So we suited up and walked across the backyard, and there is a minivan stuck on Lakeshore. And so she rolls her window down. She's like 80 years old, must have came from like bingo, and she's like, I can't get out. We're like, okay, we'll shovel some, push you out, and I don't know why. I don't know if she suggested it or one of us did, but we're like, hey, we'll drive. And
that's because she was fucking wasted.
And then we look and there's bottles of liquor, like plastic shitty bottles of liquor on the floor.
Smelled like stubs in there.
And so I think it was me that drove. I don't remember.
I can't remember. It was so long ago.
And she was literally not even a block from her house. She was like 2 driveways away from her house. We like pushed her out, got the thing running as fast as it could, and got through the snow to her house. But that was so weird. I can't imagine. I would think somebody would have drove down Lakeshore and found her, but.
So I am going to try my hardest to try to find. Does anyone know how you can look at your archived photos on Instagram?
Not on a
I think
maybe
it might be still on my profile, and I'm really hoping that it is. And it looks like it's not, unfortunately.
Dude,
I'm not sure why I would delete that. What the fuck?
I don't know. While you look, I'll tell you. The funniest thing about like winter and like some of these people like have no fucking idea what they're doing in the winter. Yeah. Like just driving like front, like I'll see people like in my neighborhood with their like front wheel drive like Camrys and stuff and just like ramming straight into the edge of their driveway, just like high centered on a snowbank, just spinning their tires, dumping kitty litter underneath their tires, not digging anything out, just like, can you come tug me out? And I'm like, yeah, if you want me to rip your whole fucking suspension off as I yank you over the hump you ran onto.
Yeah, dude, there's a guy that lives at one of the properties here that I worked at, and he's a resident, and he moved from California, and he'd never been up in the mountains in anywhere, and he was always in like a warm area that he lived in, and he was like, when's it gonna snow? And I'm like, you're really asking me when the worst part of the year is about to show up? I was like, It was in the middle of summer.
For a while,
I want to see snow. Like I bought a nice jacket and stuff, and I'm like, it's coming. Just wait. Like there's nothing I could tell. I'm like, yeah, we could have it in October. We could have it the first week in October. It could wait till January. Like, yeah,
it's not
especially down here anyways, but not up in the UP.
I'm not going to be able to find it, unfortunately, but do you guys remember when we were ripping around with Corbin and we had the volleyball? Yes. And we were during Christmas time. Dude. It's not like it just happened in winter, but during Christmas, Ontonagon has week.
That might be in the friend drive.
Maybe
the homies.
It is.
Drive.
It is in the homies.
Yeah, it is in the Google Share Drive.
Okay.
So I don't know if it's Google Share Drive, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I can
bros of Ontos.
I can try to.
I fucking watched that not that long ago.
I don't know who filmed it. It was probably you, Tony.
I think it was because I think it was
Oh,
on my Instagram, but I archived it I don't know why I would fucking do that, but I have the thing saved. I can get to it easily. But
We can kill some time while you're digging here.
Well, I
can
got
just-
some art. I got some another thing I was kind of maybe Aaron, you could help me out with this question. Do you guys use snow blowers at
Yeah.
your place?
Yep.
Yeah.
Can't say
Gas
I do.
operated or
Yep.
so my question is that they make these electric ones now.
Okay.
These egos and these toros and
Dude, your dad has
You
that
know,
one.
Well, it's
yeah,
not
but
a
he's got
truly
it's like a
snowblower,
shovel
it's like-
one.
Yeah. it's
Yeah.
like a-
Like
An
they make
actual-
a full size 2-stage blower.
Yep.
And it's about $800, for a 24-inch blower.
Yeah.
But I mean, if you think about it, you're never putting gas in it. You're never
Yeah.
changing the oil. You're never having to deal with cold starts.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
My recommendation to you would be to find a used one and take it to
A used electric one.
No, use a used gasser, because the amount of snow that you get up there, it ain't worth not having like actual horsepower in my opinion. Because like
Yeah,
we
dude.
have 28-inch decks down here,
Mhm.
and there's 2 of them at the property, and yeah, we have a lot more to snow blow. But are you talking about for home use?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say gas is the way to go. You're gonna want that, and they can be worked on. Those like electric ones. I don't know if they're like all plasticky and
Yeah, but if
that
you get
sort
the
of thing.
warranty, the protection plan, I mean,
Yeah,
send
mean,
it in if
you-
it breaks.
If you wanted, yeah, but then it's gonna be, they got to bring a truck up there to get it, and then it's gonna be out for 4 weeks, and by that time your back's broken because you've had to shovel. So I think you could find a used one for a pretty good price.
Well, I could find a used
Or-
blower for like $150, 2 bills, maybe $300 tops,
Or you
Yeah,
find a
I can-
used gasser
and it sucks.
for
It
an
runs like shit.
emergency purpose, and then you use the electrical one as
Yeah.
much as you can.
Yeah,
You guys have
I had-
mistaken me for someone who's made a fucking money.
I'll
I'm just saying, like eventually you could have a backup.
I'll keep an eye
True.
out. I'll
True.
keep. An
I
eye
had
out on
I had an
Marketplace down
electric
here.
lawnmower and it worked fucking really good.
Well, hear me out for the listeners. Buy, sell, trade. We're doing some buy, sell, trade here. If anyone's got a gas blower used, they want to get rid of, let me know.
I'll keep an
And
eye
I,
out. down
and I
here.
got a 15-foot canoe that I'll throw in for part of the trade.
And a busted trailer and an old lawnmower and a
And
So-
2
Here it
quarter
is.
tanks of mixed
Oh my
gas.
gosh.
unfortunately, I couldn't find the one of us throwing the volleyball through the wreaths, but I found this of us downtown. And I don't know, sometimes when I share videos on the YouTube, shout out to the YouTube, they're kind of blurry
fun.
and I don't know. So hopefully this picks up, but this kind of gives you an idea of sometimes what we deal with. But we're in a
Oh,
car
yeah.
right now and we're downtown and we can't see dick, dude. We're at a stop sign and it's just, look at that.
That is absolutely disgusting.
So I guess that can show us what we're talking about with this story. But you see that wreath right there? What we used
Shout
to
out to
do
the
in,
YouTube.
what we used to do in the wintertime is we took a volleyball and we would drive around in a car and one of us would throw the volleyball and see if we could try to get it through the wreath.
Playing Quidditch.
And we're playing Quidditch in the video, which it's kind of good. I guess I didn't find it because the audio makes it that much better. But
Okay.
we oh shit, I'm doxing everybody, dude. Shit.
That's all right. You'll have that on the big job.
So the video was one of us throwing the volleyball and it actually went through and we were like, oh, nice. And Aaron goes, 2 points for Gryffindor.
Dude, I might be on.
So
Did you look through
fucking
everybody's?
Dude, it has
No.
to be. It's on there somewhere.
I didn't, for some reason, I didn't have anything in my drive or in my folder. So I wasn't sure why I wasn't with that. But I gotta tell you what, there is some fucking gems in
Yeah,
that
I
thing,
got-
dude.
I
I
got
think
the
we should
video-
probably shout out to the YouTube. Maybe
video of
like
the fire,
show a
the-
couple of them.
Yeah, the video of the fire. with the
Fire.
ring.
I can for sure do that. So here we go. another video showing.
Heavy YouTube presence on this.
Yes.
Episode. Definitely got to go to the YouTube because we ain't talking about shit, but the stuff we're showing
So
is awesome.
check.
Okay, I can commentate. A couple guys walking into the garage. There's about a 8-foot wall of snow, and then there's a fire pit in a circle.
Dude, that was fucking sick.
Surrounded
That-
by an 8. Oh my god, dude, that's so
That is-
sick.
Tony's got the South End Stabber outfit on, dude. Oh my gosh.
So
dude.
there's a couple more. Again, this is very heavy YouTube material right here, but here's another video
Bad
showing.
podcasting.
That's a Christmas
showing-
tree on fire.
Look at how fucking high those snowbanks were. That is
And it's
unbelievable.
like-
So
it's
what
like
happened
packed.
for the people that can't watch on YouTube? We had gotten a lot of snow one year, and because you know what? No, I'm gonna just say something here for maybe the people that don't understand. You know, you might think,
Go ahead and
oh,
say it, man.
you got
Say
a
it,
lot of
dude.
snow. Like, no shit. Well, there's
Say
some
it. Well,
winters
yeah.
where we don't get that much snow. But it's just when we get the bad ones, it's really, really bad. So this is a really bad winter, and I would say that not even the snowbanks, literally the entire yard was about probably 4.5 to 5 feet.
Yeah, that wasn't
Um,
even a drift. That was how
Yeah, that
fucking
wasn't a
the snow
drift. That was just how deep the snow was. Yeah, right. So Liv and my mom took the snowblower and fucking carved out a pit inside. So imagine a huge section of like 5 feet of snow. They took a snowblower
Cul-de-sac.
and carved out a cul-de-sac looking bowl inside of the snow, and we put our fire pit bricks in the middle of it, and we all fucking just got lit in this fucking reverse igloo. I guess not reverse igloo, but it's just half of an igloo,
Pretty dope.
and it was
Half shelter.
We'll build a dome
that
over
was-
the top of that.
that was badass.
Yeah.
I think there might be, yeah. Here's another one showing inside of the contraption here. Let me pull that up. I think this one might be a little blurry, but there's Dylan, there's Kelly, there's me. Not sure who that was. My mom.
That was your mom and my fucking sister.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Big Frazier's in one of those videos. I don't know if that's the same night, but
Shout out to the YouTube. There is some gems on here, dude.
Dude, there's a lot of good.
Maybe one of these weeks we'll just post a YouTube video and not audio, because there's some like
When no
this-
one told you life was gonna be this gay.
oh my god.
you can't hear the audio, but we're
It's like you're
fucking
always stuck in
destroyed
second
this night.
hand.
even when they're done. Okay.
Dylan, you look like Walt Jr. from Breaking Bad in that video.
Oh my gosh.
The fucking dynamite.
Oh my gosh.
Gosh.
Cut that timestamp. No, just kidding.
Keep
Yeah,
Cut me.
winter is coming, unfortunately.
you
but-
and your dirty
Yeah, it
Sanchez
is.
mustache.
But
What, my mustache, dude?
You know what I
Cool
was gonna say?
Vikings fucking
Like,
jersey, dude.
I was gonna mention when we first started that obviously, Aaron, we need to address the situation going on your face right now.
Yeah, you
I've
got the
noticed-
stanky bars.
How long have you haven't had your beard?
I shaved like Thursday.
Shout out to the YouTube. Oh, okay.
Thursday, yeah. It was getting kind of just uneven, and I let it go too long, and I headed down to. I was down in Indiana for a golf outing this weekend, which I could tell.
What were you doing
quite a
down
story
there?
of. But anyways, I wanted to shave it because I was like, I don't want this nasty beard. So
Oh, pretty baby.
It looks good though. Like, I'm not kidding.
Well, thank you.
I like that better than
If
what
you
Chris
got-
and I have got going on right now. But
Dude, Tony, me and you, we look weird, dude.
we look like fucking assholes. Is what we look like, dude.
Weird.
just
We look
look
like a
like
couple
this-
of dicks, dude.
smell like Monster
Yeah.
Energy drink, gas station burritos.
It looks like I
Um,
caught one of those fucking those moth caterpillars during the summer and just fucking taped it on my lip.
Taped it on there.
Yeah.
Army worm.
So this weekend,
It's okay. It's okay, buddy.
Caressing your
Mine looks so stupid. It's unreal. Look, I can't believe I walk around with this thing on my face. and look at people seriously.
Chris, it looks like you got kids in your attic, dude. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm right with you. I'm right with
Under
you.
the floorboards. So yeah, this weekend I had a golf. It was an event. So my good buddy Luis, his sister married a scratch golfer, and he passed away unexpectedly a couple years back in his mid-30s. And so every year they're having this golf outing because he loved to golf. And so I went down and Friday after work, and then hung out there, hung out with his parents, and we had dinner and stuff. And then Saturday morning, we got up, grabbed some breakfast, played the course that the gentleman, Nick was his name, played the course that he grew up playing to warm up, and it was like 45 degrees. It was gnarly out there. And then we went to this outing, which the gentleman who died, Nick, his brother kind of put it on, and his parents were there, and it was like 50 guys. So we golfed in this thing, ended up winning it, me, Luis, and
Of course, naturally.
No, don't get me wrong here. We were minus 11 on 18.
Holy shit.
And
who's good? Wait, you and Luis are good? Or Luis is good?
No, the two guys that we were with,
okay.
Literally, they were on a heater. This was like the third one that they had won in a row. Like, they golfed in one Saturday, and the weekend
a lot of
before
pressure.
they'd golfed. So
Did minus 11.
Yeah, so
you're just out there putting, huh?
Well,
11 under par. 11 under
best ball.
Correct. Yes. Yeah, it was a scramble. So, yeah, we won against a bunch of other teams of incredible golfers, and Luis and I, they took like maybe a handful. I think I can count 5 of the shots that they took from me. Like, these guys were incredible. I mean, and so Luis had some good strokes. But anyways, so we won that, and then after we went to his sister's place, which is where the story gets a little weirder, because we went to his sister's place after, putting in, like, we got dropped off, and, we had been having a few sodas. And she's like, oh, my neighbors are out back having a fire. Let's go over there. So we go over there, and I didn't realize her neighbors were like foreign. So the one dude is from Nepal, and his wife is from India, and there's just this smell in the backyard. I was like, what is going on here? So there's all these people I've never met, and everyone's like already drinking and stuff. And me and Luis walked back there with his sister, and like, oh, this is so-and-so. So there's this guy with a headlamp, like barefoot in the backyard. His name is Birat, and he has a giant steel pressure cooker over a propane burner, and with a headlamp on, and he's just stirring it. And I'm like, I look in there, and he's making curry. This
oh my
giant
gosh!
thing of curry. And so there's all these people around, and they're all drinking and smoking and all this stuff. And so the night goes on. Come to find out, there is a festival that I'm probably going to mispronounce, a festival in Nepal that India celebrates as well, called Dashane. I think I'm probably pronouncing it wrong. It's a 10-day like holiday in Nepal and parts of India, and so they are literally have a whole goat in this pressure cooker basin that they're turning into curry, and it smells incredible. So we're just like hanging out, and they're just like, they come out, they didn't even ask us our names. They're like, oh, you want to play the food? You want it? So they're just like, all these other guys are cooking. So the man of the household, Avi Sheish, and his wife Divya,
wow, good. Remember their names.
Just hosting this like bash, and they're just like, everything's homemade. They have all these like, they had like pickled hibiscus flowers. They had pickled.
Oh my gosh!
Pickled like these like weird types of, and then I look in the backyard, and his whole backyard is like sections of garden, and then there's a fire pit in the middle. So he's just literally like, oh, we need more of this herb. He runs out there and just grabs it out of the garden and is like throwing it in this pot. And I haven't had.
That's so rad.
I've never had goat before. And we did tripe too. So we did the intestines stuffed with some of the meat. And,
holy shit!
Yeah, it was incredible. And they're just literally just like home cooks. They're just like,
damn,
celebrating this festival. And it was just such a weird, like, I did not. She's like, oh yeah, my neighbor's over here, and I was just like, and so this is Luis's sister, whose husband died a couple years ago, and they're having a celebration, and so it's kind of like he was a good guy that wouldn't want people around sitting around moping. He liked to, he's a whiskey and a beer guy. So, but anyways, just turned into this event where it's all this crazy food, and they're like passing out like all this like fancy whiskey and stuff, and it's literally a house in the middle of like Indiana. Like it's
is
like,
it
close to
like nice?
Indianapolis.
Are they loaded?
No, it's not like that sort of thing. But it's just like a standard like
Oh, okay.
Middle class home.
Because it kind of sounded like
Dude,
they're
that's so
rich
cool.
for a moment there.
Yeah, I guess maybe I didn't explain it correctly or not.
No,
but
that's
anyways, but yeah, it was just super cool. Just like I got their names like by the end of the night. Like we were there for like 3 hours. Like we left at 1 a.m. And they're like,
Wow.
"Oh, you're leaving so early? Like this is our festival, this is our holiday." And I was like, "Well, I do have 10 days of vacation if we want to ride this thing out." But yeah, just absolutely wild.
You're like
then-
Mariska Hargitay.
Yeah, I didn't do any of that. But yeah, that's probably the best curry I will ever have.
Dude.
Definitely not gonna
Oh,
go
that
to
sounds so good.
It was like spicy, and they had put pumpkin in it, and just
Was there pita? Was there fresh pita?
no, none of that. They did rice, everything with rice, and and I knew, you're supposed to eat with your right hand, and like I got the plate, and I was like, and they're like pretty traditional, and so
Damn, I would have started eating my feet.
well, so I just like. You're supposed to use the utensil is the
Fucking
rice.
the food.
So you're supposed to grab
I would
the
just
rice
slurp it off the plate.
No, and scoop it up. So I went for it, and she's like, "Oh, that's so nice. You're gonna eat with your right hand." And I was like, "She's like, you can have a fork though."
Oh my
and
gosh.
and then she was using a fork, and I was like, "Well, now I'm the asshole because I'm like trying to like,
Yeah.
slide in here incognito and not be like the white guy from the middle of nowhere." But
Right.
yeah,
Oh, that sounds fucking neat.
just and then
I probably
woke
wouldn't-
up-
Cool.
I probably
woke
wouldn't
up
have enjoyed it.
It was so
What do they
good.
say?
I don't
there?
think I like curry though. That's the thing. I would have been like, "Fuck this, dude! I'm ordering Domino's."
It's garlic. It's basically like it's like a really thick soup. It's really good. It's kind of spicy. A lot of turmeric.
Dynamos.
Like Chris, I mean that doesn't. If people are keeping tabs here, if people are checking the tapes, I did say that Domino's is overrated, so that was just a joke. I would order-
Yeah, dude.
I would order pizza. Shut up, Chris. You're like, yeah, dude, you don't like Domino's though. But Chris, remember the joke that I always used to say with your dad when he would be making meals, and I'd come over and be like,
What's
Main Street. Like, oh, I'd be on the phone. That's what it would be. I'd be like, yeah, Main Street. John would make like a huge spread, for dinner, and I'd walk into the kitchen and be like, yeah, I'll take 2 large pepperoni. He just starts laughing. It's fucking
John's
hilarious.
It's like,
John's a-
oh, you
John's a
heard
good cook.
food?
Yeah.
Like your folks, your whole family is good cooks. So
It's so funny because your dad
Yeah.
and like my dad, like the difference. If you were to do it to my dad, he'd be like, "No, bees. I cooked food." But John, when I say it, he just laughs.
dude,
So fucking funny.
You have roasted him from the day you met him.
Yeah, I'll never. John and I's feuds are just. Oh, I was such a little shit, dude. Oh my god, remember the snacks, Chris? Because John obviously was the principal, and he would bring Chris and I back from school. Like I'd get a ride from like Nick on the way to school, but when Nick would have like practice or something, I'd have to find a ride home. I'd drive with Chris and his dad, and one day I just had something to eat, like a snack out of the vending machine, and I accidentally
Cool Ranch Doritos.
didn't I put it in the back of your
No, it's
dad's-
every day. Every day.
No,
you
no,
would
no,
go
I
to
know,
the
but
snack machine.
No, I know, but it started with me
Yes.
actually doing it. Like I would accidentally, not thinking about it, would leave my trash
Yeah.
behind John's seat, the garbage or not
Yeah.
garbage, but the little thing. So then John one day told me, he was like, "Hey," he's like,
Quit
"Quit
leaving your garbage in
yeah,
my car.
quit leaving your garbage in my car." So one day I fucking bought Cheetos, Twizzlers, like a Snickers bar.
Starburst. No, you started buying Starburst. So you would, each individual wrapper you would stuff into like
So
the fucking cigarette, like the different nooks and crannies of the car and shit.
But I remember one day in particular, I bought like a shit ton of stuff, and I didn't even like some of it. I didn't even eat. I just got it for the wrappers. and I put like literally 7 like candy bar wrappers in the back of his thing, and I fucking ran back to my house like after I did it because I was like 10 or 12, I can't remember, but that was fucking hilarious.
You carried that tradition
My
over to
God.
when, so then you were what, 12 or 13 years old, and I was 16, 17 when I got my car, and every time we'd go to holiday, it was just trash everywhere.
Bro,
Every pocket, in the cigarette
Bro.
lighters, until Chris throws the cigarette lighters out on the highway.
Yeah,
Bro,
let's talk
I used
about
to feel
Chris in the car.
Brutal, dude.
Remember when he
come
pulled
on,
Dylan's
come on.
e-brake on the highway?
Yeah,
You told me to.
I didn't tell you to do that.
You told me it didn't work.
So you
No,
were just
you
testing
pulled
it out.
Difference? I think
No,
the
you
listener
pulled
can pick
it.
out the difference.
You didn't know that it didn't work.
Wasn't it gravel?
No, it was on the fucking highway.
Wasn't it during the winter
70
time
miles an
too?
hour.
I don't remember when it was, but I just remember he yanked it. I'm like, dude, like what happened if that worked?
I think it was in the wintertime because
Well, you said it didn't work.
Yeah, because the cable was fucking snapped, so like it didn't have any use, obviously. But
Yeah.
you didn't at the time. You didn't know that though. You just pulled it.
But I thought you told me it didn't work.
I don't fucking know, man.
Even if it did, dude, even if it didn't work, I would fucking pull e-brake because you're going on the highway going like 65.
Look, man, we all make decisions, you
I think
know.
there was an Antonio's in White Pine.
There was.
There was?
There was. Yeah.
Where was it? It was in White Pine?
It was in the
Yeah.
mall. Yeah.
The Antonio? Okay. Yeah, just wanna make sure.
Why'd you just think of that? Was that a joke? Oh, dude, you know what?
I was trying to carry a joke from episode to episode.
The
Landed flat.
there's
Dude.
cruise ships now going to the Keweenaw.
Quinoa.
Get on it.
Quinoa.
Dude, I think that one, the big one that was like, the 17K to go on, like I think
Yeah.
that went through like once all summer.
Oh, because didn't you send us a Snapchat of it that was actually
One,
like
no, that was the smaller one.
Mm.
I thought it was the bigger one, but it wasn't. But the like Atlantis or whatever, like they called the big huge or the Viking one, it didn't it was canceled like 3 times, I'm pretty sure, throughout the summer.
How
But
did they get that into Superior? Is it
I don't know.
Was it just already there, like they had built it,
No.
and like, or do we
No.
just,
They
through the
built it.
through the Sioux locks and everything? Like
yeah, it
how-
went through there.
Through the Sioux Lockharts.
So they got to like take up. Doesn't that connect to the Mississippi through one of the lakes? Can't you get the
Yeah,
Mississippi
Lake
from-
Michigan.
Okay,
Yeah.
Yeah.
MISSISSIPPI.
that'd be a sick summer job if we were all in high school still, just like
What, working at the
go-
Sioux Locks?
No, go run the cruise ship. Be the cruise
Entertainment?
crew. No, well,
Oh.
yeah,
They're
that'd
at
be cool to
finest
play
hour.
music.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, that'd be sweet if we could get. We should email that cruise ship, tell them we do a podcast, and say, hey, we're gonna do a live broadcast, a live podcast broadcast in a cruise ship. Like you pull some influencer crap and just try and get a bunch of free stuff and say, oh yeah, it's exposure for your brand.
Yeah, we get 2
Yeah.
million listeners a month.
They look under 1,000. Have you looked at our metrics recently?
No, I haven't. I've been not
Hey,
looking.
Speaking of cool YouTube UP like entertainment, there's a YouTube page called Great American Northern Garage, and it's a buddy of mine from Manistee named Joe Blanchard, and they're junkers, and they find like these old shitty cars and barn finds, and
Yeah.
they get them running.
They're serial wrenchers. Those boys are out there
Serial
wrenching
wrenchers,
all the time.
for sure. Yeah, it's pretty
I
damn
actually
cool.
saw something I hadn't seen in a very long time, and I wanted to bring this up on the podcast. I saw a dare, like a dare program sign, and I thought to myself, oh yeah, I remember when we went through that in school, the dare to be drug free or whatever. And
Do they still do that?
well, the slogan is
Mhm.
like dare. It was originally like dare to be alcohol and drug free, but
Mhm.
when we were taught it, I feel like they maybe omitted the alcohol part. Like while they were like, yeah, you guys got to stay away from drugs, but we all know that you guys are all going to drink because you're from the UP. Like, how weird would that have been to be an officer teaching? In some kids, it probably stuck for sure. But
What does DARE stand for?
I don't know. We're going to Google.
Drug awareness. I don't know.
Drug abuse resistance education program.
Mm.
Oh, it's dare to resist drugs and violence. Nothing about alcohol. I mean, alcohol is a drug, sure, but
I think maybe it was talked about. I don't know.
I feel like
I feel like it.
I feel
think
like
the
it's
funniest.
a soft curriculum.
To me, the funniest part about it was the guys that taught us
work.
that probably got off work, clocked out, and went to
Oh.
Stubbs after. You know that.
Easy, dude.
Yeah.
That's the funniest part about it.
Yeah.
Jeez, hey. Speaking of Stubbs and alcohol, dude, I got a weekend ahead of me. Holy shit. I got shout out to
God, that dog's got a set of fucking nuts on him, dude.
shout out to the YouTube.
Jesus
I gotta-
Christ.
Dylan's resident horse marshal.
All right, now
Look
we're
at
gonna,
those
okay.
fucking
now we're gonna
dogs.
get canceled, dude. You can't
Yeah.
show a dog's crank on our YouTube video, dude. Come on. I can't.
Just blurt out. Edit me
Timestamp,
out.
timestamp,
I don't
timestamp.
know. You're gonna have to do some YouTube magic on that one, dude.
Yeah, I'll edit it out. I'll try to at least.
Keep it.
Yeah. No, dude, that'll get pulled so quick.
I don't know if we can.
The video will get pulled quick. Just to clarify.
We'll get kicked, Aaron.
What do we got for national holidays here?
So no.
Follow me Tuesday morning.
So I was gonna talk about the weekend that I have ahead of me. That I'm gonna take some pictures and stuff for the next episode, which we'll have to talk about because my weekend is pretty heavy. But I have the annual. Well, I guess we do it kind of like 2 times a year. But Luke Pattison, shout out to Luke Pattison. I don't know if he listens or not, but it's a couple boys from the trip that listen. Get ready. Hopefully your livers are tuned up. But we got camp weekend this weekend out at Luke's camp. Very excited for that. Always a great time. But I actually found some videos just to show you guys where this is probably for, oh my God, I have such bad gas. For people that I guess don't get to do this, because I don't take it for granted. I know like where we are and everything, and it's beautiful being out in fucking nature. But let me show this video quick, and again, hopefully it's not too blurry. Shout out to the YouTube. But Luke's camp is on top of, I believe it's the East Branch. I can't remember. Yeah. Yeah. There's a video, and it's just the whole experience is unbelievable because his camp is not like someone else's camp. You can't just drive to it. You have to do a lot, especially in the wintertime. We do usually a fall trip and a winter trip. But this one looks like it was in the summer. This is kind of a while ago, but so you get to an area off of a highway. Docks. Let me just, I had pulled up some images that, no, fuck, how did I lose that? So anyways, you go off the highway and you park on this hill, and then you take a side-by-side or a big fucking government rig that somehow their family got. I think maybe like a family member bought it, but it's like this huge DNR rig. It's like a fucking tank, dude. It's crazy. It's like
it's an Argo, probably.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
And so we take that down
Argo.
to a river, and then from the river, there's a fucking zip line that you need to take over.
How many 30 packs can you get on there
And
at once?
this is how you cross the river to get to his camp.
Do you have to bounce, or is that just like a?
No, it's just, and then you can't see, but towards the end, you kind of get stuck there about 3/4 of the way, so you have to pull with your hands. But we wear gloves. We're safe about it. But so you take this across the river, and then on the other side, they leave a 4-wheeler. So then you take the 4-wheeler or another vehicle side by side up to his actual camp. But it is an incredible experience. And in the fall and the winter, when there's no ice or anything and it's not too dangerous, we take 4-wheelers and side by sides or the Argo across the river.
Oh my god.
We don't use the cable because obviously there's some things that we can't carry onto the cable car,
Yeah.
but it's an incredible experience, and I'm so excited for it because it's always a great time. But I'm not looking forward to the hangover, because every time I get out there, so like there's no running water, but we have like cases of water and stuff. There's an outhouse that's been there for 40 years.
Ooh,
It's
must
just
probably
wow, it's an experience in itself. Sometimes you got to shit with the door open because it's so bad, and the door it just aims
Bro.
right at the camp. So you got guys looking at you taking a shit and stuff, but
Take a bunch of shrooms, dude. Just don't even drink.
no, to save that huge cliff, that
Do something else.
ravine, that's just unbelievable. What the hangovers are bad. You wake up, all the dudes. There's like 12 dudes in the camp, and it's a pretty decent sized camp, but it's not the biggest. We wake up just feeling like shit, crawling over dudes to get outside just to get some fresh air.
Kicking beer cans.
It's literally like one of my buddies posted on Instagram, and it was like, camp week's coming up, and he posted the pictures of all of us and like some memories. And I commented on it, and I was like, seeing these pictures, I can literally feel the hangover because like it's so weird every time I'm out there. And it's probably because I drink a lot when we're out. We usually,
You're just eating hot dogs and ramen and
burgers
spam
and shit. Yeah, and pizzas. But one year, we maybe I shouldn't even say this, but I'll say it for now and just see if Luke wants me to cut it. But one year we cooked pizzas. It was like 3 a.m. We were just fucking we were just all of us were so greased, and we threw in like 7 Jack's pizzas, and because there's 12 of us, it's just one after another, we're playing cards, doing whatever, and just one pizza gone right away as soon as it hits the table, it's gone. Then the next one gone, and then you get to like 5, 6, 7, then you can start to see pieces. There's still pieces left, like people are slowing down. One year we did that. We went to bed. We all woke up kind of at the same time, like 5, 6 a.m. It was fucking hot as shit in the camp, and I think maybe it was Ethan or somebody. They went and looked. The oven someone left the oven on still.
Oh my!
And it was just, and when they turned it off, and we all were kind of like got up, and we were just like kind of realizing like what we did, and we're like, wow, that was we're lucky we're all talking right now.
Yeah.
This fucker could have just went to big marshmallow roast, but that was scary. So like that was a couple years ago. So every time we go out there, we make jokes like, what's Jack's Pizza? Right, turn the fucking oven off. Cause remember, we all woke up at like the same time, like fucking hot in here or what? Like we're all just like, Jesus Christ. And then someone got up. Fuckers just tuned at 400 still for like 3 hours.
The oven grates are wilting.
It was so bad. No. So they have a pot, to boil water for certain things, and it melted a little bit. So like that was starting to go. So we're so fucking lucky to. And again, I'm gonna timestamp that just in case, because I know Luke's pops probably not gonna hear, but just in case. Like, what the fuck you leaving the oven on for? Because that camp's been in their family for many, many, many years, many generations.
Yeah, we'll definitely.
I heard Tony's podcast. You left the fucking oven on?
We'll have to do some stuff to look forward to in November. We're definitely going to do maybe like a buck pole deer camp story kind of thing. Which get some stories in.
Definitely. I know people just off the top of my head right now, like multiple people that could tell stories.
And then we got was it the Edmond too? Isn't that November?
Yep. I think it's the 5th.
Yeah. So we gotta start.
Or there's that D-Day
for that. No, that's
I think it's the 15th.
When was D-Day, Dylan? Chris?
Like July or June.
June.
November 10th. What am I thinking of?
You're thinking of the Pearl Harbor Day.
Or Veterans Day. Did I just hear that? Yeah, D-Day was June 6th.
Yeah, Veterans Day is in November. But I'm saying the Pearl Harbor shit was fucking in December. I don't know if that's what you were thinking of.
I don't know what I was thinking of.
Yeah,
Veterans Day is the 11th this year, but I don't know. Yeah, we got some cool, and then obviously we're talking about the Halloween episode. Get some cool stuff for that, stories. We'll get into the paranormal shit again.
Yep.
Dress up.
through that. Oh,
Dress up for the podcast.
That'd be fun.
Definitely want to do that.
That'd be cool.
Definitely want to do that.
Probably just gonna be for us, because I wonder how many hits we've been having on the old YouTube. Shout out to the YouTube.
Yes,
Doesn't
definitely.
matter.
YouTube episode for sure. We showed some great videos and stuff. But I guess we can send it off with we do have some national holidays today. Not the greatest, but
one round of Kino.
And around Kino, of course. National Sausage Pizza Day.
Nice. I had sausage pizza
I
today.
fuck with sausage pizza.
I don't. That's my hot
Not
take, and it's just my
Yeah.
opinion because
I mean, I will eat it.
I'm not a fennel guy. I don't like fennel. Aaron, you're oh, there you go. You kind of cut out for a second there, but you're good now. I'm not a fennel guy. I think my I was traumatized by maybe a couple times when I was younger eating sausage pizza or just sausage in general that had fennel in it. It would get stuck in my teeth or like in my gums later,
rosemary.
and then I bite into it, and it's like, yeah. I think honestly, when I was younger, that happened a lot, and I was just like, "What the fuck was that?" Like, Jesus, I didn't know what the fuck fennel was when I was 10.
Yeah, same thing with rosemary. It's like pine needles.
Yeah,
You get rosemary and something, you're just like, "What am I chewing on? Tree bark?"
and like a Dylan, like I'll eat it if I have to. Like if someone all wants pizza, and it's like, oh, sausage. I'm like, yeah, I don't care.
Especially real shredded Italian sausage. If you get like a frozen guy, there's not typically big chunks of fennel, but when you get like like bar tavern pie, it's for sure like shreds of sausage, and there's fennel in there. But
it's National Kim Day.
No way.
Shout out to Kim. Yes.
Oh my gosh.
So if you're a Kim, happy day to you.
I think I know maybe 3 Kims.
There is National Face Your Fears Day. So I guess I'll just kill 2 birds with 1 stone and get 2 birds stoned and eat sausage pizza.
Get 2 birds stoned at once.
National Spread Joy Day. Of course, this is what we're doing for you right now. So happy Tuesday, October 11th. Can't believe it's October 11th. That's fucking stupid. And so we have again to give you everything. Chris had to go, unfortunately, but we have me at 69, Chris at 23, Aaron at 53, and Dylan at 44.
What's the multiplier going to be?
And the multiplier is 2x, which always means 69. So that's sick. 31. Shout out to the YouTube. One got it. Holy shit. There's 12. 63. Damn it. 73. Again, $3 pod here. Another single digit. That's 8. 41. Almost squeaked one out there. 75. Got 3 in the 70s. There's 10. 50. Aaron getting close to yours. 21. Bees was at 23. Another 70. 77. Boys, I think 25. 11. Come on. 69. Another 70, dude. Holy fuck.
Dude, we got to be coming.
55.
Really? 2.
Wow.
Oh my god.
We're going to have to go another week, folks.
$4.
$4 will be.
That's
pot.
Dude, the pot is going to go up exponentially.
I hope so.
Man.
Maybe, and then if you guys really want to go crazy, if we don't hit, maybe we should do like a game, like a round before we start, or a round in the beginning of the podcast, and then a round after, just to see if we can crank that fucker up to like $10 or 15. That's crazy though. I haven't. That's a lot of misses. Yeah. Usually that only happens like 1 or 2 times, but I guess it happened 3 times. But $4. It's gonna be a big payday.
4 bones.
But that I think we covered everything that we were gonna cover.
Yep.
Winter is coming, kind of. First snowfall. Chris needs a snowblower. Fucking Christ.
It's fine, Chris, a snowblower.
Oh my gosh. Give Chris a shout out. Yeah, we're gonna start a GoFundMe for
potential sponsors
for Chris's fucking snowblower. That is so funny. But hopefully you enjoyed. Don't forget to follow us on Twitter at FAF Hour. Of course, shout out to the YouTube. We're just Failure at its Finest Hour on YouTube. And yes, we are showing our beautiful faces. Of course, you can watch the Keno game. You can see how much snow sometimes the UP gets. Again, recapping, we have the snow drifts that are at the fucking top of the power poles, utility poles. We have the famous storm of Ontonagon, where Lakeshore was a 1 or 2 track. And Well, Aaron's mom standing at a good 5'6", did you say? 5'5"? Is she that tall?
5'5", yeah.
I feel like she's shorter than that, but
Maybe like 5'3", I don't know.
yeah, because she's pretty short. But
She
anyways,
is,
shout out to the YouTube. You can see all that. And if you don't watch the YouTube, then well, you just plain and simple go fuck yourself, really.
Good night.
Dude, I turned.
Thanks for listening to failure at its finest hour.
I saw a dude. There was a dude ripping fucking pills in the back room one time.
Thanks for listening to failure at its finest hour.
Oh yeah, side story. Remember when we drug all the equipment out of the basketball court behind that place and blew the lid off the town?
Thanks for listening to failure at its finest hour.
Penguin! It was Penguin! Nice! Another perfect round.
Thanks for listening to failure at its finest hour.
Distinctively remember getting thrown to the ground when that first one blew up.